Susan Ibitz doesn't hack computers, she hacks humans. With more people working from home, her unique skills can offer critical tips for participants of Zoom meetings, e-learning platforms, webinars, not to mention anyone who wants to make the best impression online. Let's get started with the hacking and how you can benefit from her talents.
Hi everyone, my name is Susan Davich. I'm a human behavior hacker. Some people hack computers, I hack humans, and I think my specialties are ruining first impressions and freaking out people.
And I've experienced both. So let's delve right into it. What's the first thing you look for, whether it's a client or a subject, or maybe you just do it casually or conversationally and you meet someone? What's the first kind of tells that you look for in a person?
Before the tells, what I found is what is the best way to communicate to this person. Our ears, like any antenna, they're big or small. If the person have small ears, what happens is the antenna is small. So people with the small ears are listening with their eyes. They need to see things. They're visual. So if I don't have any visual aid because I'm in a networking or I'm a video call, what I'm trying to do is emphasize with my hands. For example, Sherry, it's a pleasure to meet you. I was looking forward to this video so we can talk to each other. You see what I did with my hands?
Yes.
I emphasize. I get your attention with my hands. Now, if you have big ears, that meaning that you have a big antenna. People who's auditory and listen to the words more than seeing things, they're going to spend most of the time looking down. Why? Because they're making sense to each of the words you says. And most people confuse the auditory with like, oh, he wasn't paying attention or she wasn't paying attention to the meeting. And I says, ask that person to repeat the meeting. That person is going to be able to repeat even a pause in what you says. The point is to not get distracted. They're going to lower the head and they're going to be listening to the tone, the consistency, the words. When a word shouldn't be a question and you make a question like, hey, Jerry, how you doing? Instead to make a question and make the question emphasize at the end or the change of the tone of the voice. So the first thing is how you need to receive the information. Anais Nin used to say, we don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. One sense can develop so good the other ones. This mass society is allowing us to develop other senses. All the things who happen in your expressions happen in your eyes. So people worry because they cannot see your mouth, but actually even smiles happen in the eyes. If you don't see CrossFit, it's a fake smile like this.
Yes, right.
This is a fake smile. But if you see my CrossFit, I know that you're really smiling. So actually having a mass society, I think the good thing is going to allow us to start paying attention to really what's going on the face, what's really going on, what people is saying. Everything, again, if you practice all the expression on the mirror, you're going to see everything happen on the eyebrows. Now, when you don't have any eyebrows, now we have a problem to read, but still you can see the muscles moving, like mad, surprise, what?
Yes.
So even contempt that is only one side of the face, you can determine what people is doing contempt because the lower part of the eye is going to get flattened. Like, you see my eyes? And I do this is because I'm paying attention. Now, if I cross my arm and pull away and do this, that is a bad thing. But actually, when you cross your arms and your legs, 40% more of your two brains are connected to each other and you make better decisions.
How about some tips for us to use, either professionally or personally?
Okay, first of all, check on yourself. If you feel weird, it look weird. Practice. Always send a video of what you're pretending to do and say to somebody that you trust. Not your mom, not your grandmother. They're always going to say you're good. Look for somebody who can give you real feedback. Your camera needs to be 90 degrees. You need to have your hands showing because we talk with our hands. If I don't see your hands, I don't know what is going on. And you can quantify and you can make more approachable. Always smile. Handshake. It's equal to 3 hours of human interaction. This is not happening. The same hormone happens when we smile. The way you can smile is watching funny videos online 3 minutes or 2 minutes before you have a meeting. So you have a natural smile and you are welcoming. I make fun of this, but smiling is more contagious than a flu. So smile. Whatever happened in the meeting, if you can get away, if you can revert the situation and that person leave with a smile, you have a good meeting. And pay attention to your hands. And I told you before, one of the myths that I'm breaking, like if somebody cross the arms and tilt the head and kind of smiling, they're making a decision. Do not interrupt them. They're not negative. Now, if somebody cross the arm and says, that is a problem. But if I says, hey, Susan, do you want to get an interview? I would love to.
For more information, check out her website at humanbehaviorlab.com.